What's going on, culés? Welcome back to BlaugranaZzone, your destination for all things Fútbol Club Barcelona. We're just going to jump right into today's game, man. To put it in one phrase, if you want the short and sweet, here it is. Absolutely disgraceful. That game was terrible, bro. From top to bottom, attackers, midfield, defender, goalie, ass. Straight ass. But let me just get right into the starting lineup for today. So we had Tony Fernandez as our striker. We had Lamine Yamal, Frankie de Jong in the middle, and Rashford on the other side of him. As our two CDMs, we had Marc Casado and Pedri. And then our back line from right to left was Koundé, Pau Cubarsí, Eric Garcia, Alejandro Balde. In the goal, obviously, Chesney, right? I just want to start with Chesney first. I think as fans, we gave Chesney a golden pass last year, and Chesney took it and ran with it, bro. He ran with it, and he played amazing. All comps. He immediately stepped into Ter Stegen's role and dominated it. So much so that it showed the board that we're ready for a new keeper. Ter Stegen is the issue. And we got that. We got that in Joan Garcia. So I know that Chesney, when we got Joan Garcia, Chesney said, okay, I'm the backup keeper. I'll keep going on the SIGs. I'll drink my beers. I'll be on the bench. I'll play second fiddle to Joan Garcia. And what happens? Joan Garcia gets injured. So now Chesney is forced to be back in the goal, right? Which is like when you become important at work and it's ruining your life. That's literally Chesney right now. But I really can't fault him that much because we were supposed to have Joan Garcia there. And we will eventually have Joan Garcia back, right? So we just need Chesney to hold down the fort. Obviously against Sevilla, that was not done. But I think he's more than capable of doing that until Joan Garcia gets back. At least I hope and I want that, right? Jules Koundé, bro. This brother couldn't clear a ball to save his life, bro. And he almost gave Girona a goal. He was trying to clear a ball and low-key gave it to Arnau, who was already trying to do a back and forth with Witsel to get another goal. So Koundé he sold completely. So many misdirected passes that ended up in the hands of Girona came from Jules Koundé. So, bro, I'm happy if we put Eric Garcia back at right back, Koundé to the bench, have Araujo play center back. Because as it's looking right now, Eric Garcia is taking Koundé's chain, 100%. Cubarsí was not terrible today. The goal that Girona scored was a weird anomaly where our defenders were trying to clear the ball, and Witsel, being a freak of nature, tall-ass guy, is just able to control it, and then fucking bicycle kick. I don't even know if you want to call it a bicycle kick, because he was like falling to the ground while accidentally kicking it. It was the most uncoordinated thing I've ever seen in my life, but whatever. Eric Garcia had himself a good game. I know, everybody was crying about him fouling a player from Girona on that header where Pau Cubarsí made a goal. Bro, that was never a foul. Gil Manzano called the foul on Marc Casado, which was also not a foul, bro. Because Marc Casado saw two Girona players running into each other, went back, they crashed into each other. Gil Manzano calls a foul. That sound familiar? Gil Manzano calls a foul against Barcelona. The same ref who gave Hansi Flick a red card in the dying minutes of a game. In the dying minutes. No yellows, no nothing. Direct red. That's Gil Manzano. Bro, get out of the league. How are you still on a refereeing commission? Whatever. Alejandro Balde had an alright game by his standards. You know, he's not fully in for a 90 minutes. I don't think he has the physicality right now to be doing that. That's why he was hooked for Gerard Martin, who didn't have himself a bad game at all, Gerard Martin. I was ready to fold. I was ready to pack it up when Gerard Martin came on, but he was playing well, and I'll give him a lot of credit for that. Marc Casado had himself just a very average game, especially in that pivot role where Frankie de Jong, I think, does really well. Nothing spectacular from him, but I know we're going to be counting on him more, especially with the absence of Dani Olmo and Fermin Lopez. Pedri had himself a great game, good goal. I thought he was all over the pitch, all over the midfield. But when he got hooked, when him and Lamine got hooked, I thought the game was over. I thought that was Hansi Flick's way of waving a white flag, right? But clearly, we'll get there. Lamine Yamal didn't have himself a good game. He had the assist, sure, but so many of his passes, you can tell he was looking for Raphinha and Lewandowski from last season. Because so many of his passes went right in front of Tony, right in front of Marcus Rashford, and I know for a fact if Raphinha or Louis was on the other side of those passes, they header that shit in. They either header it in or they do a flying kick. Like, those brothers are insane, crashing into the goal, and Lamine was looking for those guys today. We really felt their absence offensively and defensively. Frankie de Jong had himself an okay game, although there was 2 or 3 points in the game where I noticed he could have had another outlet pass for us to make a goal, but I don't know, his vision just wasn't all the way there. Marcus Rashford was surprisingly our best player for a good majority of the game, even though he missed a sitter, but everything was happening so fast, I would have missed that too. I'm not a professional, obviously, but yeah, Rashford was pretty good. His free kick, both free kicks that he had were not bad. The first one, he hit the post, he hit the top post. The second one, he goes wide. But so many opportunities from Rashford. I'm sure in other instances where he has other attackers that can call the attention of defenders, he'll make those goals. I have no doubt about it. Just like Rashford owned Newcastle, I expect the same from him when we go to the Bridge in November against Chelsea. Tony Fernandes, bro, this brother was invisible all game, flat out invisible. I don't see a bigger role for him. Obviously that's why he was subbed out. I didn't think he made that much of an impact, but like I said, I think some of that attributes to Lamine and Rashford. Rashford not having other attackers that can call away defenders, and Lamine looking for an attacker like Louis and Raphinha to finish the chances that he's putting up, right? Overall, our team did not play well. Defensively, the high line is getting exposed game after game after game. And you can tell this Girona side, they studied Sevilla and they studied PSG. Because so many, once they broke the high line, they thought they could do that simple ass pass right around a center back into another Girona guy, crashing down the middle, just like Sevilla did, just like PSG did. But every time, it was either Kunde or it was Kubarsi that was breaking off the pass right in the middle. I'm glad our guys learned that, sure. But there's going to be many more instances where it's not a short, simple pass, it's a cross. Or if it's not a cross, it's a player just dribbling in by himself. There are so many ways that after you break the high line, you can score. But Girona were just spamming that pass that Sevilla did, that PSG did, that worked out for them, just wasn't working for Girona today, right? And that's where I think we got lucky because so many of those chances, bro, could have ended in goal. I think 2 of them Chesney covered, and then like 3 of them Girona just sent to far left, far right, over the top. They just couldn't find the back of the net if it was on their own accord, right? But when it came to our defenders giving them the ball, they would almost score every time, bro. Our defense has got to get better. We need more from Pau Kubarsi. We need more from Jules Koundé. Eric Garcia, bro, slow clap for this brother, man. Because he went out on loan. He got his mind right. He got his physicality up. This brother is a tank. He's a great defensive player. I wouldn't trade Eric Garcia away for anything. I think Eric Garcia is going to become like our Inigo Martinez, the hard-headed defender who's just going to slide for everything. He's going to attack hard when he has to. Because Eric Garcia, in the right back, he attacks a lot with Lamine Yamal, which is what we've been missing from Koundé, which is what we had a lot of last year. But yeah, our defense has got to get better, man. This highline can't keep getting exposed. I don't know if we should blame the defense or the coach, because Hansi Flick has been doing the same highline. It's either super high or not that high, but the last 3 games, it's been getting exposed, bro. And I don't know if Hansi's just saving his good tactics for El Clasico or what's going to happen, but Hansi Flick won't even be at El Clasico, bro, because Gil Manzano fucked that up for us again. Gil Manzano, the same player that Gerard Piqué told him, you know, you've cost us the most with your horrible refereeing. He said this to him, direct quote, but in Spanish, obviously. Yeah, man, Gil Manzano, horrid referee. I hope that we can submit some kind of appeal to get that looked at, do a little replay, because there's no way Hansi Flick should have been sent off for that. Are you kidding me? Jude Bellingham's telling referees to fuck off, and he's not. They're just smiling at him because it's cute or whatever when it comes from a player in white, right? Yeah, man. Horrid game from us. We're so lucky to get this win. Ronald Araujo, man. All credit when credit is due because I have hated on Ronald Araujo for like 3 years now. So, and when he steps up for my club, hey, brother, congratulations. I hate you a little less now. A little less. Great goal at the end. He was playing as a number 9 in like the dying minutes of the game, which I thought was hilarious, right? First we had him as like a left wing. In the dying couple of minutes, we play him as a 9, bro, and he scores a banger. I screamed. I got off my couch. I got in the chaos group chat, bro, talking my shit. Even though we played hard, which I know we played hard, we got so lucky to come out with a win. We should have lost easily 5-4. Because if we're counting Girona's missed chances, we got to count Barca's missed chances. I'm saying we should have lost 5-4. Around there, maybe 6-5. Right? But they definitely had way more chances than we did. They definitely sold this game. They handed us the game, really, by playing like this. That Portu chance that he had Chesney on a one-on-one and then just skies it around. There were so many chances. Witsel had many sitters that he missed. Yeah, man. Horrid performance by us. But we're so lucky to come out with 3 points. Next up, we've got El Clásico. I want all the Madridistas ready. I've been taking notes. I've been taking screenshots, listening to them talk their shit. I've got all the receipts up here, brother. I've got it all ready. I'm so ready for next week. I hope you guys are too. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this game. Did you think we played good? Did you think we played bad? And who's to blame? Is it Hansi Flick? Is it the defenders? Is it our tactics? What's going wrong here, and what is the way to fix it? Because next week we won't have Hansi Flick. So we need a solution, and we need it fast because El Clásico is coming up, and we will be coachless. So thank you guys so much for tuning into BlaugranaZzone. Y como siempre, VISCA Barça.